Okay, so this is how to fairly easily beat the Bassmaster Classic at Lake Ray Roberts. And I'll show you my spot, and I'll show you the lures. And I've already made a video of the first round. This is the third round. So I hope I win, and my demonstration will be good and valid. So here we go. Final round. And this strategy has kept me in the lead. I'm in the lead. Just go to the right, straight across. And what you really need is two 50-pound rounds and at least a 40-pound round. Because the computer does about 140 pounds. So I've had a 50-pound round and I've had a 40-pound round. So I really need about a 50-pound round to make sure of the win. I'm using the Jenkelistic swim bait. Defender rod, Defender reel, 30-pound mono. At first it might not look like much, but there are really giant sized bass here. And sometimes it just takes a little while for them to strike. And for the really big ones to spawn in. But you really need kind of both. You need a smattering of more medium-sized bass, and you really need the big 13, 15 pounders as well. And this spot has it all. I guarantee you, if you try this spot, you will not be disappointed. I found the second round is usually very slow. The second round seems to be the 40-pound round.
That right there is
And these are the ones you need. And don't be discouraged if it gets a little slow, because you only need about 5 10-pounders for 2 of the rounds, and then 1 of the rounds you only need about 4 10-pounders. And each round is 30 minutes. So there will be a lot of hang time. They meant for this Bassmaster Classic to be challenging. And they made it about as challenging as they could without making it too hard. You don't have to watch this whole video because you know where my spot is now. And you know I'm using the Jankelistic swim bait. But when the bite gets really tough and there's only smaller bass like smallmouth and small largemouth, I'll pull out the worm, the 7-inch worm. I'll show you which one I mean. This one. This June bug or any of its associate worms, the 7-inch worm. It's on a jig head, 3/16 ounce. It's great for medium-sized bass, which you also need, not just the over 10 pounders. You really need a smattering and a combination of 7 to 10 pounders and 13 to 15 pounders to win. And I would say mostly use the swim bait, the Jankelistic swim bait. But if the bite gets really, and you go like 10 minutes without seeing a big bass, go with that worm. Because it's great at spawning and catching these bass, the smallmouth, and the smaller largemouth bass. But of course, you don't want to miss the real giant bass. And so I say mostly go with this. You just never know when one of those 15 pounders is going to be cruising around. And you really need them. In the Classic, here in this tournament, you really need all the big fish you can get. I saw a big bass over here, so I'm going to cast over here. Just keep your eyes open, because if you see a bass first, you have a better chance of casting over towards it and actually attracting it by getting close enough. There he is. He's way back there. But on this spot, I like to pitch around to the left, to the right, and down the middle. It might not seem like you're catching too much. That's okay. You need big fish for the classic. You don't need really a lot of fish. You just need quality fish. But you saw after 2 rounds, I was in first place. Just doing this. Need a lot of patience. It's just so satisfying when you get one of those 15, 14, 13 pounders with this swim bait. It's the best feeling in the world. There's a big one. That's what I'm talking about. All of a sudden, there they'll be. This spot is not just good, it's excellent for quality size. They just make you wait and wait and wait. And it's a beast.
Nick,
13-7.
give that hog a bone.
I'm going to mix it up and go with my 3/16 jig head and this big worm. This is just as good as the swim bait, only it does seem to attract the medium-sized bass as well. There's one. It's a big one. Yes. A giant. Another giant. So mix it up, you know. If you catch a real big one, there might not be another big one nearby. There might only be medium-sized bass. So try the worm. It's also great for the giant bass. The big worm is better for the medium-sized bass. but it also, I've caught many legendary largemouth as well with the big worm. Big worm is just, it's just a great bass lure finesse presentation in this game. And it's an elephant.
Big fish, big fish,
14
no whammy.
14 pounds. But I would use number 3 speed because I think you can spook the fish in Bassmaster by going too fast. I didn't used to think so, but I was using speed 4 and I noticed a lot of the fish swimming away, like all at once, all together. I noticed it again and again and again. And I realized that using the 4 speed, it does cover more water quicker, but it can potentially spook all the fish, including the bass. I saw a bass back here, and I'm not out of the woods yet. I need about 10, 15 more pounds to win. So it'll be tight. And what I found is you need 2 50-pound rounds and about a 40-pound round. You can afford to have one 40-pound round. But the big lures are great for the big bass, you know? I mean, seems like the bigger the lure, the better quality the bass. All right, I'm going back to the swim bait. Because I think this lure in particular, may even actually spawn in certain bass. I think it makes bass appear, certain larger bass. Oh, this is not even a qualifier. This is a white bass. So I've only got 10 minutes to do just over 10 pounds. Like I'm in the weeds right now. I'm not out of the woods by a long shot. I need like a 12 or 13 pounder or 2 7-pounders to have 140. What you really need, you really need 140. Around 140 is what I found. And time is short. 10 minutes. And see, now the computer's up to 130. And by the time it's done, it'll be up to 140. At the 10-minute mark, it just jumped up to 130. Oh, I really need that one. That's about an 8 or 9 pounder. He's coming back around. Got him. Now, I really desperately needed this fish. And hopefully it's right around 10 pounds. Because then all I'll need is about one more 7, 9 pounder to win. But I hope you play the classic at Lake Ray Roberts. It's awesome. It's by far the most challenging,
Flippity flop, what do you got?
hardest competition in Bassmaster. And hopefully I'll get one more, or else I probably won't win. I'll still publish the video though, because it's such a good video. I got so close that I just want to show my technique and my strategy for those who love Bassmaster, who are just really struggling at the classic, which many people do. Professor Smooth, one of my favorite channels for Bassmaster, he tried it like 10 times before he finally won. And he has a bunch of videos on the game. Took him like over 10 tries, he said. If I don't get another bass, I will probably lose and not even place in the top 3. Got one. Got one, baby. It's not big, but it doesn't matter. Every bass, even the smallmouth, count towards your final bag against all the pros at the Classic on Lake Ray Roberts. Every bass matters. That's why I say use the worm if it gets really bad, because it's very versatile. It's small, but every little bit helps. Every little bass is important at the Classic. And that will probably seal my victory. This is close to a 10-pounder. This will seal the deal. So this will put me around 152 pounds. It'll be interesting to see what the computer does at this point. Like, how much is it going to do? Oh, that should do it. It's just this spot. This spot is just loaded with premium, medium, large, and XL bass. There's more down there. I expected it to be a little tighter than this. I'm winning handily. I was a little nervous with 10 minutes remaining, because anything can happen. I mean, the bite can shut off. That's why I say go with the worm, because it's finesse. The worm is more finesse than the swim bait, and it's going to attract the smaller, medium-sized bass. So if you can't get a big bass, go with the worm. Try it out for a couple minutes. It can't hurt. It can only help you catch the medium-sized bass. And like I said, it's great for the giants. It's just not the giant killer that the Jankelistic swim bait is. So I said you needed 140 pounds to win, but this time the computer is giving up at 130 pounds. 132. Yes, I'm going to have time to bring this in. This is over 10 pounds. And I'm glad that I'm doing this well to really show the power of this spot. Sometimes it can shut down. Like the second round usually is really cold, and you do about 40 pounds. That's only 4 10-pounders. You know, you catch very little, seemingly in the second round sometimes. And it's a route. It's a one-sided butt kicking. I get 150. I beat the computer by 20 pounds with this spot and these presentations. And if you stay to the end of the video, I really appreciate you watching my video and giving me the time of day. And thanks so much for watching.
Let's get your bag on the scales and find out where that places you on the leaderboard.
That was a 62-pound round. So it is possible to do a 60-pound round.
Let's welcome our next angler up to the stage. Come on up with your limit and let's see what the scales say. Let's get ready to weigh some fish. Hold up your biggest fish for the fans.
Well, hopefully now you can really enjoy the classic and not, struggle with it anymore and have really a poor time and be disappointed. Hopefully this will work on your system for you, and I hope it does. Thanks so much for watching.